Alright, now, sorry about the interruption there. Dying roommate's hair and had to blow dry it. Couldn't record over the blow dryer.
You were saying we had a dying roommate, and I'm like, shh.
She doesn't know that yet.
No one heard that.
Back to this thing.
Thing.
A lot of people are going to say, well, it's a licensed game. What did you expect? Like I said, I like the Green Lantern game. That was actually pretty good for a licensed game.
Captain America.
The Captain America game was pretty good. It was rushed, obviously, but it was a damn good game for what it was. Oh, God.
I'm such a bitch for mentioning
I'm
that.
sorry, I didn't know Tom Hiddleston could act badly. I'm sorry, the highlight from the Thor game, I would do what's best for Asgard and for Loki.
Sounds bored.
He sounds...
Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah. That was Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston. But the cast from the movie, thankfully, does not appear in this game.
No.
If they did, I would have to go into my closet, get the hammer, start this video, recording it, and bashing my fucking head in.
You have to get the banhammer of life.
No, I would have to ban myself from life. Because that's how much I dislike the movie. But done talking about the movie right now. Talking about the game. The plot of the game happens right after the movie. And Peter Parker has to stop Oscorp from doing more genetic experiments. Except instead of genetic experiments, it's, what is it? Alistair Smythe working with nanobots and the crossbreeds from nowhere, such as Scorpion, Rhino, the Iguana.
Yeah, it's like they made more crossbreeds, and then there was also like the nanobot thing. And...
Well, the nanobots didn't come into play until later because they made the Spider Slayers to find the cross-species monsters and kill them. And yeah, I can see making the Rhino cross-species. I don't think it's a brilliant idea, but it's better than, hey, he's in a powerful suit. Scorpion, same thing. Yeah, except they also explore the symbiote suit with it. The Iguana, I never even heard of until this game, and that's a real Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, they scrapped it because it's too much like the lizard. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
Oh.
But,
he looked like what the lizard should have been.
Yeah, the design for the Iguana in the game is what the the lizard should have been.
Cinematic litter.
It looks it looks like an anthropomorphic lizard, and if I saw this thing walking the street in a trench coat and a hat, I'd be like, "You're not a Ninja Turtle."
Unless I had like an elephant trank, I'd be running the opposite direction.
Yeah, I would be climbing the walls like Spider-Man to get away from this damn thing, and I'm afraid of heights. But yeah. But then they have like other cross-species things like Vermin, who's kind of more of a lycanthrope of a man and a rat. The Black Cat as a cross-species.
That was because you never really saw her. She just left random love notes like, "Hey, I'm stalking you, Peter."
Because you have to unlock the battle with her, but you can only unlock it at a certain point in the game. You see, this is an open-world game. It works well for Spider-Man. When you can make heads or tails out of the map, I've only been to New York once. Giving me a map where nothing is marked, no street names, no buildings, anything, is like handing me a blank picture and saying, this is a Picasso. I'm going to look at it and go, it's better than a Picasso, but it's not going to help me.
It's just like the preliminary street grid, but without any labels.
Yeah, and they expect you to find things on this. Of course, they have icons for, like, where to find mental patients, where to find sick people, where to find certain police activities, where to find the photo missions.
They show you missions, but not locations.
Yeah, they do not show you the locations. After you beat the game, they still don't show you the locations. I tried for about half an hour to try to find an unlockable costume that wasn't where anywhere said it was, And I couldn't find any other places because I didn't know where they were on the map. Unless you're absolutely familiar with New York, the map is useless.
If you live in Manhattan, you're good.
Yeah, if you live anywhere in New York, you're good. But if you live in Ohio, if you live in California, if you live in fucking Tokyo, you're screwed!
Except that the streets make more sense then.
Well, yeah.
Because it's a grid.
Hell, you might be fine if you live in London, you know.
It's like, wow, it's so organized.
But, yeah, it's terribly put together. But, the map is. And the game starts off damn good. I mean, even the web singing. I will have fond memories of the web singing in this. Combat, by the end of the game, does get a little old, mainly because you rely way too much on stealth. And the game is good up until the Aberline, really...
That's the chinchilla.
Yeah, Aberline is chewing on his food bowl, so if you hear that, I apologize. That is the most obnoxious sound in the world next to my voice.
It's not a dying weasel, it's our chinchilla.
Dying weasel. Now, anyway, the game is good up until the last 2 or 3 levels, and where it really, really takes a nosedive is Alistair Smythe takes your powers away from you. You still have your you get your web shooters back, but you can't web sling because you're too weak, and it's pathetic because all you can do is somehow keep balance on round pipes, shooting steam so that it clogs up the steam, running away from robots that you can't fight. And there's 2 parts where you absolutely need to have your web powers to get through without getting hurt.
An avoidance battle.
But then you get back to the base after New York is all in ruins because of the bad guys. You get back to the base, and Gwen says, "Oh, by the way, if you electrocute yourself, you get your spider powers back." Last time I checked, electricity likes to kill people. If you electrocute yourself with the voltage needed to short out the nanobots, it will kill you! And it's such a Deus Ex Machina thing, because he gets to the Spider Slayer, somehow gets on top of the thing as it's destroying the city, and this thing is like Godzilla size, gets into the center of it, grabs these tubes of wires, goes, "This is going to be easy, this is going to be easy," starts electrocuting himself, "This isn't going to be easy!" And then he has the spider powers back.
Yeah, don't forget how they had the hint to the electricity, though. She had to defibrillate his heart.
And even then, that would have shorted out the nanobots, if anything. But then you finally get to the last battle of the game, which is the lizard. And before you fight the lizard, you fight a creature called Natty. It's half man, half piranha. It looks dumb. I thought the lizard looked dumb. This is a blue person with a circle for a mouth.
You know, I don't remember this mechanic a lot, I don't.
You were asleep. This thing would have made you laugh.
Oh, I'm sure it would have.
But yeah, but once you beat the game, it gives you free roaming mode. But if you didn't get to the Black Cat mission, if it didn't give it to you, you can't get it back in free roaming mode. It takes away missions, so you have to go back and replay it. No!
Yeah, which if you're on a time crunch of any kind, say you're just renting the game or...
Yeah, if you're renting the game, it pretty much forces you to either renew the rental to play it again, or to buy the damn thing. That's bad. That's bad, especially since it is a free roaming game. I mean, even Infamous didn't pull this crap, and Infamous was, if you ask me, a phenomenal game.
Infamous 2.
They still didn't pull that.
Yeah.
Infamous 2 pulled the whole boss battles have this much of a hit point where you can harm them, everywhere else does no
You
damage.
to be a sniper, yeah.
That was their big flaw. But they didn't have the you can't get certain missions thing without playing through it again.
Oh my god, it pulled a Mass Effect 3. where certain missions expire no matter what you do, practically.
Yeah. Except at least this one doesn't kill off a character you like for no reason other than say, well, it's character development. Tally, I miss you, baby. But no. She's a Thanemancer. Get over it.
Seahawks cannot get into conversations. We ruin everything.
But anyway, yeah, just to end this. If you're a loyalist to Spider-Man, you might like this movie. But if you watch this movie for plot, you're going to be severely disappointed. You're going to be looking at it going, wait a minute, this is Batman Begins, this is the Dark Knight, this is the new Batman movie. They're all the same plot. Think about it. It's Batman saving the city again and again and
He's
again.
the Batman.
And how they're even... that's another topic. I'll get back to that when I watch The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, fuck. But, yeah.
Oh, and I realized something about the game, like the main plot, because, you know, it is pretty much a Deus Ex Machina. It's literally a comic book plot. And it's weird in the way they do it, because it's like the bad comic book plot.
Well, that's what made the game work, oddly enough, because it was a Spider-Man comic plot, whereas the movie was, we're trying to be edgy and dark and gritty.
They tried to make it a movie plot.
This has no connection to the movie whatsoever, other than the characters. I mean, even the ending, they used the Spider-Man theme from the Sam Raimi movies for it. That should tell you something.
I mean, honestly, the advice I'd give to people who are going to remake a comic book into, like, a movie or a video game is don't try to make it compete with other... Like, don't make it try to compete with, like, drama and romance or anything like that. Make it what it is.
No,
Keep
the
it
problem,
faithful.
the problem with that is a lot of comic books do that.
Yeah, but...
Especially now, since we're trying to evolve them into an art form.
Well, they already work, if you ask me, but that's my opinion.
But they're trying to make them closer to human reality.
Yeah.
More adult, so adults can read them.
Yeah, so you don't have to have a huge suspension of disbelief.
But you're reading a comic about a woman who's a goddess from Themyscira. You have to have a suspension of disbelief just to even read that. And the suspension of disbelief isn't going to be from Victoria's Secret. But yeah, just to end this, if you're going to get invested in both the movie and the game, wait. I mean, if you're going to see the movie at all, despite this review, more power to you. Go see it in theaters, because I think a lot of it will be lost if you don't. And if you don't, if I did detract you from this movie because of this, at least try to watch it on TV. You might like it. My thing is, I'm coming from a loyalist standpoint. I mean...
You know the characters.
Yeah, I know the characters. And I'm also coming from the standpoint of a lot of the things in the movie did piss me off. Mainly because of either pet peeves, or from a design standpoint of, like, the lizard or the costume.
I mean...
Oh, God, the costume. No, okay, the old Spidey costume is a classic, but even I'll admit, if I saw a guy running around in the unitard like that, I probably would bust out laughing.
Till he kicked your ass.
Yeah. The new costume in this, where they're trying to make it closer to the Ben Reilly costume, except with more curves, it looks bad. You don't notice it throughout the movie until you see him standing still, and it's like, why is there a curve on his crotch? Are you trying to accentuate his penis?
Spidery codpiece.
Yeah, seriously. If you're going to watch this movie, and you want to watch it in theaters, whether you're disappointed or not, if you're not even going to bother with it in theaters and watch it on Blu-ray, wait till it really, really drops down in price. And if you're going to try to even bother with this game, wait for it to be in the bargain. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, I will see you guys later. I got some editing to do, and I got some planning for Sunnyville.
All the things.
Sunnyville.
All the things.
Sodomizing clown. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Okay, see you guys later.